Hello children. In this video, I will explain a very interesting poem of class 6, The Quarrel, which you can relate to yourself if you have a sibling. That means a brother or a sister. The poet is Eleanor Farjeon. So children, tell me one thing. Do you quarrel with your sibling? Do you know the reason why? We often quarrel with our brother or sister on very petty small issues, which can be as small as he ate my chocolate, he took my bicycle, she wore my t-shirt, he's not giving me remote. And sometimes we don't even remember the reason why we quarrel. But the truth is, can we live without our brother or sister for a long time? Can we live without talking to them? Let's see in the poem, The Quarrel.
Hello students, our next poem is The Quarrel and it is written by Eleanor Farjeon, and this poem is about one brother and sister. They fought, they quarreled, and the matter was very small, but they fought for full day. Now let's read the poem. I quarreled with my brother, I don't know what about. One thing led to another, and somehow we fell out. The start of it was light, the end of it was strong. He said he was right, and I knew he was wrong. Means in this paragraph, the poetess want to tell that one day she fought with her brother, right? And the reason, they don't know what was the reason. And the discussion, quarrel continued for some time, right? And they didn't talk with each other. In the beginning, it was the quarrel was small, right? But the end was very serious. And poetess want to tell that her brother was thinking that he is right, but actually poetess know that he was wrong, right? Now next paragraph. We hated one another. The afternoon turned black. Then suddenly my brother thumped me on the back and said, "Oh, come along. We can't go on all night." I was in the wrong, so he was in the right. Now what happened? Poetess and her brother, they started hating one another, and the afternoon turned black. Means in the afternoon time, the atmosphere of the house was very sad like, right? And suddenly what happened? The brother came and he tapped on the back of his sister, right? And what he said, let's go, we cannot, what he said, let's go, we cannot fight for the full night, right? And I can't spend this night with fighting with you. And what he accepted that I am wrong. And when he accepted that he was wrong, everything become right? And when he accepted that he was wrong, and the quarrel was over, right? Now let's read the summary of the poem. One day the sister quarreled with her brother. One day what happened? One sister, she quarreled with her brother. The reason was very petty. Reason was very small. Like no big issue was there, but they quarreled. But they shouted at each other. Both of them shouted at each other, right? Like anything. And you know, the fighting of sister and brother go for a long time. And every time brother and sister shout at each other. The quarrel was mild at first. In the beginning, the quarrel was very mild, right? Little discussion was going on, but it grew strong in the end. But the end was very serious, right? They fought like anything. Both claimed that they were right. and according to their view, both were thinking both were right. Brother was thinking he was right and sister was thinking she was right. No one was ready to accept the mistake. They began to hate each other. Now the serious thing started. They began to hate each one other, right? They didn't talk to each other till evening, and they didn't talk with each other. दोनों एक दूसरे के साथ बात भी नहीं करते थे. Then suddenly, what happened? The boy realized his mistake, and he came near his sister and tapped her on the back and said, "I can't pass this full night by fighting." Right? He walked up to her and patted on her. He suggested that they should patch up. And what he suggested to his sister, that we should patch up. I can't pass this full night by fighting. I accept it was my mistake. And the poet, she also forgave him. And the poet also forgave him. Means, in short, it is the poem is about quarrel between brother and sister. And in the starting, the fight was very mild, but the end was very serious. They blamed each other. They thought both are right. They were not ready to accept the mistake. Whose mistake it was, right? And what happened? They started hating each other, right? And it was a time of evening. What happened? Brother came towards his sister, right? And he patted on her back and said, "Let's patch up. I accept that it was my mistake," right? And as the brother accepted his mistake, sister also forgave him. Thank you, students.
आभार।